Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got a review for you. This time with this 88 Hero Okocha. Now, this is quite weird for me because this year he's changed from a icon card to a hero card, and unfortunately he's too high rated to get out of the Hero Max 87 pack. But we'll go through it then. So he's 5'8", got the medium low work rate, he's got the 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. As you see by his alternate positions, he can play striker, cam and also right mid. But weirdly enough, can't play centre forward, which I find quite strange because then he plays striker and cam. I decided to go with the Hunt Chem style, and most games he played in a 4-4-2 at striker. As you can see by stats then, so he's got 87 pace, 83 shooting, 83 passing, 93 dribbling and 60 physical. So on paper, looks like a very good well-rounded card. As I said at the start, I played him in a 4-4-2 alongside Insigne. As you see, he's got the flare shot and also outside the foot shot trait. If you do enjoy the review or want to see more, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot, and I'll see you after the positive negatives. Peace. So on to my own thoughts about the card then. Now, we know one thing straight, I absolutely love this card when I used it. He was so good, so phenomenal. At the start of the games, he wasn't really the best of cards, but when in the latter stages, in the harder games, when the 5-star skills were a necessity, he was always there and always a reliable source. So, we'll go through that. So the 5-star skills with the agility stats are so good combined. It reminds me of the agility of Messi with the 5-star skills of Neymar. Just both of them combined together. It was really silky, really smooth on the ball. The 4-star weak foot as well, really good on this card. I'll speak more right after, it probably isn't at times, but overall you can rely on it and it is still a decent weak foot. Now, the pace split for this card. Now, the 90 acceleration, 84 sprint speed is really good. This is what you want an attacker. You want the highest acceleration, lower sprint speed. One of the defenders kind of want it the other way around so they can catch them. But purely on the attackers, the burst from goal, you need the high acceleration. He's got it, and he actually feels a lot faster than 87 pace, if I'm completely honest. Now, the shooting for me, again, another liar stat. The finishing for me was so good in game. Obviously, I had the inconsistent 1 or 2. And I noticed when I had bigger players like Messi and Neymar, because obviously during the weekend league I didn't have them, but when I had them afterwards, he felt like he performed a little bit worse on the shooting attributes. But when I didn't have them, he was genuinely one of my best finishers, which is amazing because he's got 78 finishing. But the shot power was really good. The finishing was actually good. The attack position was very good, always in the right place. The rest of the attributes not bad. The long shots didn't really get to out too much, but obviously the Travellas will probably be broken with him. Now, the passing for me, overall decent, not bad, not amazing. The curves are decent stats for fair for those finesses, but all the rest of the passing attributes kind of average, is why I don't recommend you playing Cam, to be honest, especially with his stamina. Now, the agility for me is phenomenal on this card, especially with that 95 dribbling base on this card. With the 5-star skills, he just moves so agile. At 5'8", he's just so crisp and clean, and you can pull off skills, probably one of the best in the game with it. Now, the balance for me, although it is very good, the strength kind of goes against it, but still the balance is decent, along with the ball control as well. Especially as he's small as well, the ball control will always be close and tight, which is really good, and the composure is also decent in itself. Now, the physical attributes. So, overall for this, really useless, to be honest. The stamina isn't really the best, but with the right instructions, and if you're not going to play him like Cam or wide, he'll last you all game at striker, but other than that, you will probably need to bring him off because it is quite low at 72. The air ability, very bad. At 5'8", he's got 54 jumping, which is just useless. The strength as well, really bad along with that aggression. So overall, he's not going to be that type of card to push people off, but he's going to be that card to have the tricky intricate skills and stuff like that. But that's all for my overall thoughts. Now let's get to overall scores. So what's my overall scores about this card then? Now, I feel like this will be very easy for me to rank because I know how good this card is. I've seen a lot of games with him. As you see, 27 games to play with him for one review. That's mental to me. But I got 18 goals and 8 assists, so we'll go through it then. So first for me is the pace. Now overall for pace, I'm actually giving it a 9 out of 10. He definitely feels faster than someone like Insigne or something like that. I imagine it's because of that high acceleration, but then Insigne's got high acceleration, so I don't really know. He just feels really electric with the Hunter Chem style, which I recommend. It goes together really nicely, just burst through on goal. Now the shooting for me, now this is a really weird one because he's got low stats, but overall I genuinely didn't have many issues with it. Obviously the inconsistency at times with the finishing would make it a little bit worse, but overall I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. Genuinely, it could be pushing even a 9 nearly, but overall I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. I do think it is really good for what the stats actually say it is, and I genuinely wanted to keep this card for quite a while after I got Neymar and Messi, but I couldn't obviously because I needed to do more reviews. Now the passing for me, overall for this I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. It's kind of average. You got the short pass and vision there, not bad as long as the curve, but the rest of the attributes, you know, the free kick actually, I would genuinely recommend you just going short on the free kicks this year, but overall it's not bad. Now the dribbling for me, I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. Generally there's not many holes you could pick in this. Maybe the reactions and maybe a bit more composure, but overall 9.5 out of 10 is very solid. He feels so smooth and so agile on the ball, and he would definitely cut through a lot of defenders. Now this is why I don't like this card, and it's the physical attributes. Now overall for this, the only redeemer one is the stamina, and that is terrible in itself, so that says a lot. So overall for this I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. I just don't think I give it any higher than that, purely because it is going to run out around 80th minute, and also he'll get out strength and out jumped a lot. So on overall score then, so I am going to give this card, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 at the start of the year. Now, I really do think he's a very good card, especially since he's Prem as well. The Nigeria doesn't really help, but obviously he gets a 3 chemistry in itself. But if you want to get any Nigerian links, it's not really the best. You only got like Ozyman or something like that. So if he gets maybe a few special cards, maybe link them together. But other than that, kind of useless. But he is Prem, so that is decent. On value for coins, so he's coming in there around 520k, something like that. Do I think it's worth it? I'm going to say yes, as long as you have a good players around him. So overall for that, I'm going to give it a 8.5 out of 10. It is solid. It just, there is better cards, I would feel, but not for value. I genuinely feel like it's one of the best value for coin cards you could get at this stage of the game, to be honest. But that's all for my viewers. Always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It genuinely just helped the channel a lot. But I've got nothing more to say. See you in the next video, and peace out, guys.